tonight. I'm Emily. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to just give everyone a few minutes to hop on. So while we're waiting for people to show up, why don't you let me know if you're here? Let me know something about your weekend. What did you do that was fun this weekend or not so fun? So let's see. My weekend, let's see, we went to a big birthday party, soccer practice, cleaning my basement out, junk removal. We're going to be doing some construction here in a few weeks, and spread some mulch. So that was a very exciting weekend. So if you are here, hi Jill. Please let me know. Let me know something fun about the weekend. We'll get started in maybe 2 more minutes. And while we're also waiting, let's talk about what we'll be discussing tonight. So I'm discussing a few things, but the main thing that I'll be discussing is the conference, Building Readers for Life. I had lots of interesting questions this weekend about it because registration opened. So in anticipation of that, I thought I'd come on tonight to be able to talk to all of you, and you can ask your questions. I'll hopefully answer them for you. Okay? All right, so let's see. Jill, it's been raining all weekend. We have had so much rain here in the Boston area. It's just been crazy. But this weekend, the weather was fantastic. Mid 70s, sunny, no rain. Wow, Stacy has a lot of rain in Florida. Sorry, Stacy. And hi, Rhonda. Thank you so much for joining us. And I see a few more people hopping on. So I'm just waiting for a few more people to show up here, and we're just sharing something fun you did this weekend, or tell me something about your weekend. So, and then we'll get started talking about the conference. Okay. So I brought a few things to discuss. I wanted to also talk about a blog post I had recently published, and it's sort of connected to the conference, so I'll bring that up as well. All right. Hi, Lindsay. Thank you so much for being here. I'm always excited to join you all on my Facebook Lives. I know the past few lives I've tried to plan in combo with my co-author for Tutor Success Academy, Jill Kohlenberg, and the technology has been, brutal. I don't know. It just has not been on our side. So I don't know. Maybe Facebook likes it better when I'm by myself when I do a live. I don't know. But thankfully, things are working out pretty smoothly so far tonight. Okay, so I'm going to get started because there's a lot to discuss, and I would just love to just get things rolling. Okay, so a little bit about me. I have been in education and I was thinking about it for a minute, nearly 20 years. Started back in 2000, so we're 2019, almost 20 years, and it's pretty amazing when I stop and think about where I was when I entered into the classroom in 2000 for the first time, straight out of undergrad into teaching third grade. And boy, I have to say, I love third graders. Let me know if you love third graders, because I really, really love third graders. That's just like my sweet spot. If I have to teach in the classroom, I would love to go back to that grade. I love them. Okay, but I like lots of grades. But I do have a sweet spot for a soft spot for third graders for some reason. Okay, so yeah, so nearly 20 years of teaching. But when I first started out, I'll admit I really felt pretty unprepared for how to help my struggling readers. And it wasn't until I got into teaching in a new district, and you can read about this in my latest blog post on my blog, theliteracynest.com. And I got into a book group, and we chose the book, Overcoming Dyslexia. It was a brand new groundbreaking book in 2003, 2004. We were reading it. And that's where the fire was really lit for me to become interested in training in multisensory teaching. So I had gone into Project Retraining at the time, but my heart really was set on going into Orton-Gillingham training. And I had set out but you can read the details of that in my blog post about how I had furthered my education to be able to be Orton-Gillingham trained and use the approach, and how that training really affected me. Because before, I had come from a graduate program that really never discussed dyslexia at all, and had a very different approach to literacy as a whole, much different than the way I learned through my Orton-Gillingham training. So I was taking more of a structured literacy approach. And the reason for that, I felt like I could really reach my readers in a way that is built on evidence and on the science of reading. So that training just truly transformed who I was as an educator and how I worked with children. And out of that, the literacy nest grew. So I've been spreading dyslexia awareness, tips about Orton-Gillingham, since 2013. And that mission has continued. It's grown, through my blog, through here on Facebook, through sharing the resources that I feel like educators really need to get their hands on, because way back when I was trained in Orton-Gillingham, there wasn't a whole lot out there. And it felt pretty isolating. So to be able to grow this community online, I think has just been such a blessing, not only for me, but to be able to meet other people in the process. So I had taken a poll. This is going to be leading into the conference back in 2017 in the summer. And about 400 people replied to it, 400 teachers. And you can see the results in a little infographic on my blog. But nearly 75% of the educators that replied to this poll said that dyslexia was either never mentioned or only mentioned briefly in their undergrad training to become a teacher. And I had to stop and think, wow, this is incredible. Nearly 75% of teachers, and I'm in that 75%, never mentioned in my undergrad or in my master's, where master's was in literacy. It's just incredible. And I have been on a mission before that poll and after, that things really need to change. And you can agree with me, things really need to start at the university level, because it's not our classroom teachers' fault that they haven't been educated on this. It's just not happening in teacher training programs as it should be. So that poll I done 2017. You can see the full results on my blog. I had posted the infographic a few days ago. One of the posts, I believe, on Saturday I posted, so you can take a look back through my old posts. But this has just been really the driving force, that poll, to push forth even more change through the power of social media. All of the decoding dyslexia groups out there pushing for more dyslexia awareness and spreading facts, because even more than ever, we need to continue sharing the facts about dyslexia, facts about the way the brain learns to read. Because even leaders in literacy out there still are claiming that dyslexia does not exist. Now, we know that's just simply not true. So we're going to continue our mission. And part of the mission is to create, I decided to create this online conference. I'm seeing a few angry symbols out there tonight, and I sincerely hope it's not because you're angry at me, but because some of the things that you've seen coming out here, maybe in social media lately, a response to a PBS letter perhaps. But anyway, we can go back to that another time. Okay, so the online conference is August 5th through 9th, and it's called Building Readers for Life. And I really love that title, because we know our main mission of working with children is building lifelong readers, right? That's our ultimate mission for these kids, to turn them into become successful readers so that they can be successful in life. So I have a team of, including me, it will be 13 presenters, and there are 12 presentations. One of the presentations is a combo. And so during that online conference, you can register for it, and we can log in, and then each day during August 5th through 9th, then you can watch either 1 or 2 presentations per day. So I'll roll them out, and you can watch the video. Each video will be about 45 minutes to an hour. So if there's 12 presentations, then that will total about 10 hours of viewing time. So, and we can talk about what happens when you complete watching that, and I'll get to that in a minute. So when you go to the link that I have provided in the live post, that's the registration page, and you can download this brochure. So in the brochure, I go through all of the different presenters' presentations in there. So it's very, very detailed. Every presenter has given me a little presentation title with the description of it. So you can go there, and you can also learn a lot about the different presenters in there. So I'm just going to mention some of the names because I know some of the presenters might be here watching tonight, and I really appreciate it that they had a chance to pop in. So we have Jill Kohlenberg that will be presenting on writing. Sherry Turnquist will be presenting on tutoring at Orton-Gillingham online, which is a really hot topic lately. I like that. Casey Harrison, and she will be presenting on the social emotional side of dyslexia and working with children, which I always say to my families and to others, when you're working with a child with dyslexia one-on-one, the social emotional piece really goes hand in hand, doesn't it? So we're actually dealing with both. So I'm so grateful for that. Colby Horn will be presenting on phonemic awareness, so lots of tips and strategies for that. The dual presentation is a really interesting topic to me. It's one that I don't have as much background in. Kara Scanlon and Adrian Meldrum will be presenting on multisensory math, which is a great topic out there, maybe new to you. Lynn Gibbons will be presenting on working with older struggling readers and the strategies that they need for your older students. Nancy Duggan will be presenting on some background of the law and what that means in the classroom for dyslexia. Diane Talbot will be presenting on word study and working that into your Orton-Gillingham lesson plan. Nancy Young will be presenting on movement. She has that wonderful ladder of reading that you may have seen floating around on Facebook and in her blog, and she's also the author of Secret Code Actions. Joan Sedita, she's the founder of Keys to Literacy, will be presenting on comprehension with struggling readers and using specific graphic organizers. Ann Witten will be presenting on help strategies for blending with children. And I'll be, but since I'm the host, I'm sort of giving an overview on dyslexia awareness and things that children need to be successful in the classroom. So that is it. If you have any questions at all about the conference, feel free to pop in and you can ask away. I'm happy to answer that. A couple of things I'll ask people who are wondering, well, what if I'm not around during August 5th through 9th, or school starts back up during that week and I really want to attend? So you have 6 weeks of access to the videos and to the handouts. So if you log in, then you can watch them at your leisure. You don't have to watch them all that week and then that's it. You have 6 full weeks to watch them. So if you aren't around during that week, it's okay. You can pick up whenever you want, and then the conference will officially close sometime mid-September. Another question I've had is, who's it for? So it's really for families, educators, school administration, homeschooling families, anybody that works with children, working with struggling readers, and you're looking for practical strategies, then certainly this can be for you. One more question I had a lot of people asking me about is what about certificate of completion, something CEUs, PDPs. So that's been a big question. I will award a certificate of completion. I had spoken to one other presenter who said sometimes that is acceptable if you're using that towards, or you have to give that to a school administrator, or using that towards a renewal of some kind of some certificate. So that will be awarded. It will be at least a minimum of 10 hours there. I'm awaiting to hear back about being able to award CEUs. I've applied, I've sent information in about that, but I'm still awaiting back. So I cannot guarantee CEUs, but I can certainly guarantee a certificate of completion for coming to view them and downloading the handouts and all of that. Okay, so if I do happen to be able to offer CEUs, and I have a few people sort of in the works for that, I will, as soon as I know about that, I will let everybody know. So that is the gist of the details of the online conference. I'm keeping registration open right up to the end. So right up to maybe just like a day or two before you'll be able to enroll. So something to think about if you want to. The cost is, I would say, very, very affordable. It's $59 for a 6-week access to be able to watch 12 different jam-packed presentations filled with tips from people who are highly experienced, talented, very knowledgeable, years and years of experience with these children, ready to share with you. And that is just truly a gift. I feel like I'm able to give to all of you. So I hope you'll take full advantage of it. They'll provide handouts for you to download. Those are yours to keep. So I would love to see you all there. I'm just waiting to see if there's any more questions. And I don't see any right now, but I will be watching later tonight. So if anybody does have any questions and you still want to message me or contact me, feel free to. I'm happy to do that for you. All right. So thank you so much. Don't forget to please, the link is in the post to download the informational packet first, and it's right there. There's a linked free information packet to download, and you can read all about the conference and go from there. All right. Thank you so much. Have a great night, everyone. Bye-bye.